As I lay in my bed, failing to fall asleep for the fifth night this week, a realization came to me. Have you ever bought a badge on Steam? If so, you know that right after receiving it, you usually get some free stuff included with it. A new sticker or wallpaper maybe, but you also get something else. A coupon. A coupon that you probably won't redeem for a game you've never heard of. And if you go to see what game it's related to, it's usually only got a handful of reviews or mostly negative ones. No one ever buys these, or at least that's what I've seen. However, I do like badges, so as long as I'm getting new ones, I might as well review the game the coupon applies to. Best case scenario, I find a hidden gem like Milo and the Magpies. Worst case scenario, I download a virus that will eat my computer alive that somehow made its way onto Steam. Well, if that's the intro, I can't wait to see the game. There's no way that the select sound is shock.
Beth told me you dropped by.
If you noticed, I already had some game coupons before recording this, but I didn't use them because the point of these videos is to see if I enjoy a game or not. If I can choose to avoid some, the experience could be ruined.
Oh, you haven't, to tell you the truth.
Dr. Lewis P. Higgins gives us the tutorial, which apparently only 1% of players have. Guess they just didn't need it. He shows us that this game is a detective click adventure type. Not my cup of tea, but we're still trying it nonetheless.
Chalk, use, and examine.
After the tutorial, we can finally get back to the Hans Zimmer menu, my favorite part of the game so far. I'm still not used to that select screen sound.
Good. There don't seem to be any more problems with the boiler.
How's the Cloudbuster experiment going, Lewis?
Everything looks stable and...
Let me stop the video right there for a second and tell you something. This intro is 10 minutes long. There was no problem with that. They're just setting up world details and stuff like that, you know? However, afterwards, I tabbed out to make sure that OBS recorded all of it. This will come up again shortly.
The computer's indicating a slight strain in the mechanism, but I think that's normal. In a few minutes, we'll see the first results.
Summed up in a quicker fashion, the doctor has created this big-ass fan that can help change the weather. Hopefully for the betterment of the world, of course. Those mostly seem to be his intentions so far. But something goes awry and it spins way too much and sends the world into an apocalyptic state, apparently bringing radiation and never-ending storms with it.
You're safe there in the bunker in Montauk. You can follow the upcoming success on the monitor.
This soothing jazz that reminds me of the best years of Miles Davis when he was into hard drugs and other acts like that is persistent throughout the game. It's very peaceful, I actually quite dig the tunes, but they do happen a lot. You will not miss out on the jazz.
Because you bring things from the future that should stay in the future.
That's another thing. A genius writing technique, I feel. The Doctor has a time machine somewhere that lets him go to the future so that he can take anything from the future that he wants back to the 1950s, which he currently lives in. So if anyone were to point out, hey, why does that chair look like it's from the 70s? Because it is. So you can just avoid any writing errors that way. We are now going to skip this fucking thing. As the tension rises once more, we are once again graced by the National Geographic soundtrack. We are now 3.5 minutes into the 10-minute intro, which is not skippable. The fan, which is so powerful it can apparently change weather around the entire world, suddenly fucking crashes. I do not know how other countries were fine with this, but this was the United States in the mid-50s. They probably thought they could get away with anything. And look where that got us.
Do, Louis.
For heaven's sake, stay where you are, Ellsworth. Whatever happens, don't move. You have enough food for a year, and even if it takes a lifetime, wait for it. Don't open the doors.
Whoever the voice actor for the speakers was is currently my favorite part of the game. I've changed my mind. It's no longer the main menu music. This is at 5x speed. Oh damn, my guy looks good with a beard. And it's gone.
Good job I brought a shaving kit with me to the bunker. Now I have to get them on took. Let's hope my machine is still in working order.
And now, the game has begun. And this is where I tabbed out to make sure that OBS recorded the entire 10-minute intro. But man, we just saw the intro. Clearly it recorded it. No, if you tab out of the game, it shuts it off. Oh my fucking god, there's no way. It's stuck! It's fucking... Upon sitting through the 10-minute intro once more, we finally get back to where we originally were. Only afterward did I look up if anyone else had this problem. But apparently, the 10-minute intro is skippable. It's just not the same button that skips every other cutscene and piece of dialogue in the game. It is not mouse 1, or space, or enter, it's escape. Let's just chalk that one up to I'm an idiot and move on with the game, now that we are finally playing.
It's the bunker control panel. At the moment, there's only enough power for the air conditioning, a faint blue light, and opening the door.
Quickly, we find out our first assignment is to get a key to unlock the main door so we can finally leave the bunker after 8 long months of just waiting down here, apparently for the fallout to dissipate. This bunker is 3 rooms, and for the life of me, I could not find a fucking key. It is the first detective work I gotta do in this detective-based video game, and I'm already sucking at it. I walked around for 10 minutes looking for 1 key. It's not 3 rooms, it's 2. I looked for 1 item in 2 rooms for 10 minutes!
I'm the most attractive scientist in America.
This man has gone to the future and knows that Bill Nye exists. He must know he's wrong. After a collective 13 minutes, I finally tried the use key on the bed. Apparently where the bunker key is.
Here's the bunker key. It must have slipped out of my pocket
That must have been it. Oh, you thought that was it? You thought you could just take the key and open the door? No, the key also needs some power, since, of course, this is a nuclear bunker. So now, in this room where you couldn't find a key for almost a quarter of an hour, you have to find a panel for something electronic that does not exist! To be fair, I was wrong. It does exist. Except, the motherfucker is 7 pixels long. Over this thing that I just scanned, that you just saw me scan with my mouse, just to see if there was something there. Apparently, it is a panel beneath it. A small square. Let me zoom in on it for you. If you scan your mouse anywhere across these fucking fridges back here, it will say electronic brain, or something along those lines. But if you click specifically on this square, down here, it's what you're looking for. Looks like we activated the thing. Time to get out of this metal hell. Let's leave the bunker. Alright. Fresh start. We can finally get out of the bunker. Let's calm it down. Oh yeah, we're saving the game after that.
The hydraulic system needs to be charged and ready before...
What are you on about, Professor? I just charged it. We were both there. There's nothing else to do. No, you don't just pump it one time. You pump it 4 times. You get about a quarter of the way each time. I started having to, slam the mouse on this thing so hard it felt like a rigged Chuck E. Cheese attraction. At this point, I'd picked up my mouse with both hands, and I was just vibrating my finger into M1 as hard as I possibly could.
The bunker door hydraulic system is now primed and ready. Fingers crossed. At last.
Oh shit, look at this, a cinematic cutscene. It's pretty cool, it reminds me of Fallout. It's over, alright.
They're the steps that will lead me to freedom.
The door opened. I can finally leave. Martha, I'm coming home, sweetie. Oh.
1% of people have left the bunker?
Fine.
Do you know what that means? It means that every achievement from here on out will be so extremely rare that it's gonna fuck up my rarest achievement showcase. Goodbye, Doom Eternal. Goodbye, Black Mesa, Dusk, Duke Nukem, Quake, Hell Taker. Adios. Hello, Doc Apocalypse.
It looked impossible to open, and now you come out, fresh as a daisy.
It has a somewhat complex electronic lock.
I'm not a massive fan of Doc so far, I'll be real. He's kind of reminding me of Jimmy Neutron when he scientifically named salt to that one fast food worker. That kind of pissed me off the same way this guy is.
Some kind of threat.
This guy sounds like he just woke up today. Life has gotten hard these days. If you need any advice, I can give you some, but you have to do what I say. I don't talk to rude people.
I'm gonna kill you. We enter a church. And a 10-minute dialogue with a priest. This game is trying its damnedest to be Lonesome Road, the DLC for Fallout New Vegas, where all I do is talk to people. There doesn't appear to be very much around the church, so I just mosey my way back. There were no items to pick up, nothing.
This guy's already taken my car and what's left of my house. I don't think he deserves to have the atomizer.
What the hell even is the atomizer?
I'll give you my keys.
I very much appreciate your kind gift. My name is Eli, alias the Oracle.
Yeah, he's got a lot of things to say, and if you want to progress, you will eventually have to exercise all his dialogue, which I did not initially do.
I need some information about this place.
You need information? He has got it. All of it. This man has been here for the entire past 8 months that you've been down there. Before that sped up footage, I had actually been talking and walking around for about another 20 minutes, which I hadn't recorded properly. And I didn't find anything.
Piece of paper.
Apparently what I need to click on was this little piece of rubble back here, which is a piece of paper.
I've
The
picked up a
piece of paper has numbers on it, which you enter into the radio. And then the radio does not have a signal, so there was like no point to that anyway. Whatever.
There's no signal.
I don't really have any problems with this game so far. I'm just stupid and very impatient. I don't like going on mysteries usually. It's why most of my games are arena shooters, which this game has now replaced all the achievements of. Walking back to the right, we can find this other place with this big guy and this vampire-looking guy. From a distance, he looks like a dirty-ass hippie, but when you get his profile picture, when you speak to him, he looks like a Resident Evil villain.
Girder, he's an 8-year-old boy. I found him fused to a girder. His body grew bigger and bigger day by day, along with his affection towards me.
God works in mysterious ways.
I take it upon myself to feed him and give him a roof over his head. And he looks after my affairs.
Child labor.
I'd like to trade something.
That's what I'm here for. Give me a book and I'll value it, but only books. I got enough junk already.
After exhausting all his dialogue, I make sure to keep in mind that he wants books. You know, we just came from a church, so maybe there's a Bible I can find over there. So I head my way back to the church. My detective brain is finally coming into play. First off, I go to the right, though, to see what's in the square.
The Higgins house was razed to the ground, but the main square is almost untouched. Just my luck. It looks really ugly, but it still looks like it's in working order. It's been the centrepiece of the square for many years. When I was young, I lost a bet and had to draw a moustache on it. Poor old statue. Well, luckily for her, she's in a better state than my house.
After once again examining every single thing around me, finally I click on the front door and meet the sheriff, and I go inside.
Come along, come in. Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid. Should I be?
You should. Survival's hard these days. Are you heading someplace? Or are you planning on settling in Serenity again?
I have to get to my family in Montauk.
That's quite a journey without transport or weapons. You got any?
Well, my car's currently some no-good individual's bed or toilet. And as for weapons, I'm screwed.
I was hoping after I said that, this was the part where the sheriff would hand me a loaded handgun, and I could kill him or rob him or do anything that I wanted, since now I was in possession of a firearm. No, you do not get a gun. He's out of ammo too, as you soon learn.
Sheriff, can I ask you something?
Sure, Professor.
Oh my fucking god, what is wrong with your face?
You don't look too good. Radiation sickness?
Obviously. Hair loss, blisters, and nausea. And it keeps getting worse.
Oh, that's what's wrong.
Once upon a time, my house had one of these too. Well, I can't see inside because my view is blocked by planks crudely nailed to the frame and a dirty curtain.
Upon entering the house, we find the sheriff's son and his mannequin-looking corpse wife. Oh my god, put her out of her misery. I know you guys don't have guns, but you got chairs. Just hit her in the head.
Get out. My mother needs to rest. Don't make me have to tell you twice.
Excuse me. I've been away for a long time. I thought it was a steakhouse.
if you try to enter the building again, you cannot. At least not yet. Since the last area we were in had a tiny piece of rubble on the floor that was actually of significant importance, I clicked on this little thing on the ground over here. Sure enough, it's an empty detergent bottle.
Eureka! I thought I'd never find it, but at last I have an empty, dirty detergent bottle. Clearly I'm being ironic.
How do I untake a screenshot? Recalling the guy who asked for a book, Anyway, recalling the guy who asked for a book, I then head to the church to see if there's a Bible anywhere. There is not. I eventually find that I can once again walk to the left, where a graveyard is. And the fan that destroyed the world, the fan which could alter the weather to such a degree that it sent the entire planet into an apocalyptic state, but is somehow not bigger than a windmill. I don't find much here, except for a Red Dead Redemption joke on a gravestone. That was pretty cool.
Here lies J. Marston, beloved son of John and Abigail. These people passed on before the apocalypse. I suppose you could say they're the lucky ones.
About another 20 minutes have passed as I have unsuccessfully been searching for anything that I can. Any hint of details, any hidden items, said Bibles, said libraries or books. Upon clicking use on a pile of sand that I have already looked at, he pulls out a Bible! At last, though, we can, give the Resident Evil villain a book, in exchange for something to progress the story.
This might interest you.
Bible. Yes, I heard of it once.
Right. It's an adventure story.
Shut up, you hippie. The apocalypse has been going on for 8 months, not 8 decades. You know what a Bible is.
In exchange for this book, I can give you... let's see. Yes, some information.
Go
When you need
fuck
to know
yourself.
something, come find me again, and I'll tell you the secrets of the world.
Well, I guess if the only reward is progression in the game, that's good enough. Let's get that progression.
Aye.
Please make it quick and painless.
There are no new dialogue options.
But just in case, I exhaust all the dialogue for a second time, and nothing new happens. Not that this is a game that gives you objective markers or details on what to do exactly next. But nothing new happens, I assure you. I suddenly remember that I do in fact have a radio still jammed up my ass, so I walk into the center of the town to see if it works. It does, surprisingly. And there's about a 5-minute dialogue of some dude on a radio, but I listen to it.
In this open space, there might be a signal. Signal's gone. I heard talk of some theory that there's a secret plot. But I believe in America, in the president, in justice. This Jack guy's nothing but a madman.
Fucking now what? Figuring there's not much else to do at this point, I make my way back to the graveyard to see what that Lewis thing was about. I spend way too long here and eventually figure out that I was supposed to click the headstone behind the propeller, which is my former wife's headstone, apparently. You must specifically talk to it.
I'm sorry, Evelyn. You were right all along. The Cloudbuster experiment was nothing but a disaster. I should have listened. Sorry. That voice.
That voice!
That voice sounds like...
Is that the sound of progression? In a past experiment, Lewis had attempted to change the weather, and it had fallen down and killed his wife. This one had also fallen on top of her tombstone, which I find hilarious. It's supposed to be symbolic, but it's comedic. They then talk to each other for another rather quick 10 minutes.
I'm gonna kill myself! Wow. I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
That's no reaction.
Dead Wife's last words are something about helping other families and how not just us. We aren't the only people who matter. Our stupid scientist doesn't seem to understand this at all, but luckily we do. Since our wife said we should help other families, I assume that means that there's more dialogue for the sheriff between him and his son, since they're having problems. Sure enough, there is.
I want to help you on exchange.
I don't think there's anything you can...
I want to try. And if I succeed, you can give me your keys.
Alright, a heap of iron can't be more important than my family. My wife is sick. She needs care that I'm sure my son can't give her.
I'll try to put in a good word.
Do you want to kill him?
Literally no one said
I
that.
recommend you hurt him because that way he'll be forced to take action. It's me who's the law, and only I can kill him.
It's all so damn complicated. Anyway, look, don't worry. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to go to get one took.
Yippee! Another achievement to fucking ruin. Having talked to the sheriff, I then go back to the building where I can talk to his son. I cannot enter the building.
Don't think I want to go back in.
I, in a desperate attempt at progression, make my way back to the first area to see if there is any more dialogue with the Oracle.
So...
That's what the guy's name is. I didn't mention that before. Not really. Nothing happens. After having spoken again to every single NPC, I go back to the house. Hopefully, I can now go inside. I cannot. And this is where I stopped playing. I don't feel as if this game was particularly bad, I just was not the target audience. Anyone who loves detective work and where they basically have to play Where's Waldo in most situations would definitely enjoy this. The voice acting is good, most of the time. The game design is fine. Overall, I can't see a major problem with it. But on top of basically losing my best rarest achievement showcase, and just not wanting to play anymore, that's gonna be it for me. How I felt playing this game, I feel can be summed up in one meme.
Doc Apocalypse.
You sent me a letter asking me to pay my taxes! $6,000! And then you have me waiting on the phone for
800.
minutes! And you have me waiting for another hour! This is treason! You wanna fuck me! This means war!
Doc Apocalypse.
This means war!
You know, I wanted to make this like a video series. It'd be really fun to redeem coupons that you get for buying badges and stuff. But I don't know if I want to keep going on this mental toll. You know, I don't feel like Vietnam soldiers have shit compared to me trying to get through a single detective game. But if you did enjoy it, feel free to subscribe. But if it was terrible, feel free to tell me that too, because really I'd be happy to take either bit of news at this point. Thank you.